Good afternoon and welcome to Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball from New Walmart Digital and KZOR KPZA Sports. Today's game is brought to you by D&C Electric, Cardinal Hardware. Also brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, the Eunice Health Clinic, the City of Eunice, Lavelle Insurance. Today's game is also a presentation of Thomas Welding, NMR Pipeline, Parker Energy Services, IPS Incorporated, Guns Up Services, Lasco. And I can't read my own handwriting. We've got a couple others, but we'll thank them as we move on through the game. As we get ready for this semifinal matchup, win or go home. And then there was one, as the Eunice Cardinals are final Lee County team alive in the 2026 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA state baseball and softball tournaments, as the Lovington Lady Cats falling earlier today 6-5, a hard-fought game early this morning as they were upset by number 7 Kirtland Central. So can't worry about that. Now it's all about the baseball and all about Eunice looking to get back to the promised land after coming up short in this route 1 year ago, Ron.
Indeed, and I've seen this Eunice team. They are tough. They've had the 26-game winning streak going on after losing the first game of the season. And, if you start off that way and you come back and you just keep winning, I've seen them also come back from a 6-0 first inning to be able to win that game as well. But this team is tough mentally and physically, and I think they have the ability to be able to go all the way.
Well, I would certainly think so. I was talking with head coach Tyler Almager yesterday before the game against Texaco, where they came out pretty rusty. Of course, they'd had a week and a half off, and he was a little bit conflicted on having that time off. At the end of the day, he was glad that they had it because they'd had some lingering injuries, nothing that had really kept anybody out of the lineup, but had just kind of hampered production a little bit. So he was glad that they got to heal up. He was a little bit concerned that there would be a little rust, and there was, but once they got it knocked off, they stretched out from Texaco and wound up with the run rule victory yesterday, 16-6.
Exactly, and Eunice here, it is right. If you get a little rusty, you try to knock that off. But rust is a lot easier to knock off than a bit of an injury. If you still have an injury lingering, it tends to you don't want to get more of an injury during the playoffs, especially during big games like this.
Well, no, you do not, and it is win or go home time, and we are going to be seeing aces in this ball game today as Weston Marr takes the hill to try and punch Mesilla Valley past the number 1 team in the state. Wilson on the year a perfect 6-0, and he has a sub-1 ERA. Matter of fact, a .76 ERA. So he is going to be a little hard to handle, the Mesilla Valley ace. The Cardinal pitcher for today, Marr has a 1.71 ERA. I can't read my own handwriting some days. Wilson is taking the hill for Eunice. He has the .76 ERA, and he is also 6-0 on the year. He has had a lot of dominating performances, and you got to remember, too, with Ethan Wilson, and it's a good problem to have, especially at the high school level.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Tyler Almager really has, and he was a whale of an ace himself, so he knows what he's looking at. He's got Elijah Melanson in his back pocket if they can punch through to tomorrow, or if he needs an we gotta shut him down right now situation should they pick up Wilson. We could see Melanson today. I doubt it, but unless it becomes throw Elijah or we don't move through, that'll be the situation, I've got to think.
Exactly, and I'm sure, though, the coach is thinking that's, again, the last-ditch possibility simply because Wilson throws a 55 strikes and 16 walks. He doesn't walk very much at all, so he is a very dominant pitcher. I think he's going to be able to get through it, but, again, you've got other words as well. You got Armendariz, who's got a 3.65, who's not too bad. He's got 27 strikeouts and 16 walks. Also have on here Hazy, who has Goetia, who has 7.35. Not great numbers, but in relief pitching, that could be just enough to be able to get you through the game. But again, though, you want to see that if you got the lead, and want to make sure that you can keep that through the end.
Well, and talking to head baseball coaches over the years, I mean, this is my 30th season calling high school baseball, and I remember it was actually my high school baseball coach, and no, I was not a pitcher. That would have been an extremely scary thing. But we talked about it after I got into the broadcasting business, and he said, really, in high school, anything under a 4 is really a pretty good ERA for a high school pitcher, as where in this one we have got two guys that have sub-2 ERAs, and the Eunice Cardinals with a bunch of guys that they can count on and rely on. As you mentioned, the 26-game winning streak, 26-1 on the year, number one team in the state, and knocking off Texaco yesterday 16-6. It was an outburst yesterday for Mesilla Valley Christian too, as they knocked off Rehoboth Christian 11-5. I actually watched part of the end of that game because they were on the same field that Eunice was yesterday, back on the other side of this cloverleaf, and they were kind of going with some of their younger, less experienced pitchers, as they had that one pretty much in the bag at that point in the ball game. So they got some guys, some experience, but saving their arms really for today. As the coaches meeting out at home plate, getting ready for the beginning of this one. Of course, let's go ahead and run down your starting lineups, and we will start with Mesilla Valley Christian. They are the visiting team on the roster today, the number 4 team in the state, 17-3 on the season. Jeremy Sullivan is their head coach. Batting first and pitching will be Weston Marr. Hitting in the number 2 slot is their shortstop, Zach Beasley. Batting third, playing first will be Benjamin Mormon. In the cleanup spot is their catcher, Liam Poppy. Batting fifth and playing position 5, that is third base, will be Uriah Martez. Batting in the 6th slot is their center fielder, Alke Gomez. Then you've got batting 7th and playing position 7, left field Cameron Ivaro. Batting 8th is the second baseman, DJ Bradfate. And batting in the 9 slot and playing position 9, that's right field, will be Caden Warner. Andrews, Castillo, Belt, and Castillo is the bench for the Sunblazers of Mesilla Valley. Belt, that is just a great baseball name. So on the other side, for your Eunice Cardinals, they are the home team in this one under third-year head coach Tyler Almager, the number 1 team in the state. Batting first and catching will be Isaac Morales. In the number 2 slot is the third baseman Julian De Leon. Batting third, playing second, Randy Gallegos. In the 4th spot is the DH Andres Serrano. He hits in place of left fielder Isaac Melanson. Batting in the 5 slot, it'll be the shortstop Luis Zamora. Batting 6th and pitching Ethan Wilson. Batting 7th, playing first, Carlos Armendariz. Batting 8th, playing center, Aiden Baeza. And brting 9th and playing in right will be Haziel Goitia. The rest of the bench for your Redbirds today will be Misa Brito, Jace Matthews, Lucas Lopez, Elijah Melanson, Tyson Jones, Zeke Garcia, David Manriquez, and Alex Nieto. We're looking at about 78 degrees first pitch on a beautiful afternoon for baseball here on the far West Mesa in Albuquerque. The Sunblazers are wearing the blue unis with the gold letters and numbers and the blue and gold, almost jowl-looking lids. For your Eunice Cardinals, they are in the all grays today with the red letters and numbers and the red caps. I don't know if they're going to be doing player introduction. Nope, does not look like they are. So we will take a 30-second timeout, and we will come back with the first pitch. This is Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball from New Allmark Digital and KPZA and KZOR Sports.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation, electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Welcome back to the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex out on the far West Mesa here in Albuquerque. Getting ready for the start of this 2A semifinal game. You win, you play for the championship tomorrow. Again, a big thanks to our friends at Lasco Construction, NMR Pipeline, R360, Guns Up Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, also Lavelle Insurance, IPS Incorporated, Badger, Thomas Welding, Eunice Wrecker and Renter, Parker Energy, DNC Electric, the Eunice Health Clinic, Redbird Gas Company, Cardinal Hardware, the Eunice Schools, and the City of Eunice. Thanks for writing those down legibly for me, Ron.
Well, you're very welcome.
So on the hill for your Eunice Cardinals, it'll be Wilson. He of the 6-0 record in the .76 ERA. His battery mate is Morales, Armendariz, Gallegos, Zamora, De Leon around the infield. From first to third, Melanson, Baeza, and Goitia in the outfield from left to right. Field 4, here at the Spark Kindness Sports Complex. You got 330 down the lines, 390 to straightaway center, and a mini monster out there. And you're looking at about 350 into the power alleys. Weston Marr will lead it off, followed by Zach Beasley and then Benjamin Moorman. Thanks for being with us on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Hopefully we will have a Saturday morning affair for you tomorrow, but we'll find out in 7 innings time from here in Albuquerque today.
And Weston Marr's coming in with a 635 batting average. That is incredible.
It certainly is. He's the leadoff hitter, and he is the pitcher. Where's the pink Air Force One spikes? And here we go. And the first pitch from Wilson deals the fastball on the outside corner. And quickly, no balls and 1 strike. Wilson, the tall righty, has the complete complement of pitches. 0-1 pitch, another fastball swung on. That one's lined up the middle, going to drop in. Taking a good line at it is Baeza. Gets to it quickly and will toss it back in, but Marr sat back on that fastball and just stroked it right back up the middle for the leadoff single.
Found the gap against this strong defense and was able to get in the outfield. Once you do that, of course, you always have a single.
So now it'll be Zach Beasley to the plate. Number 2 hitter and shortstop for Mesilla Valley and the Sun Blazers. They just have Blazers on the front of their royal blue jerseys. Yep.
Makes sense. This one, he's got 741, and so he doesn't miss much of anything.
No, he does not. So Beasley settle into the right side box now from the stretch. Wilson sets at the belt, checks on the runner over at first, comes to the plate, and that fastball will miss away. For ball number 1, Armendariz holding on Marr. And that is still Marr out there running for himself as Moorman waits on deck. Infield goes to double play depth. De Leon shading in a little bit at third. Checking on the runner. Wilson checks again. Now comes the plate. Fastball swung on. Popped up over on the right side into shallow right field. It'll carry a little bit, and Goitia makes a good adjustment out there and has to float back on it and will make the grab about 2/3 of the way back. So we've got a little carry here today, looks like, Ron.
And a bad throw is going to get the runner to second as he was able to do so. He wasn't going to run at first, but once he saw that the catcher could not catch up to it, then he went ahead and advanced to second.
So a good eye there as I have to look down to work on the book. We're actually set up on the ledge above things here. So a little bit of an oopsie. He would have, might have had time to tag up and go anyway. So it'll be a fly out that does advance the runner, and now Benjamin Moorman comes to the plate. I'm a little bit blocked out on the right side by the shading for some of the stands here at Field 4, but we'll make it work. We always have over here. So now runner in scoring position for the Blazers as Wilson kicks to Moorman. That one is high in the air to right field. Goitia goes out, and he will make another grab, and having to scramble back in quickly to second is Marr. So another good catch on a long fly out to right. Moorman has 2 down, and now it'll be Liam Poppy, the catcher and cleanup hitter, to the dish.
Yep, 2 for Haase, and he catches them both pretty easily.
So Poppy will step to the plate, runner in scoring position, 2 out. They have not had any issue with the fastballs from Wilson thus far, but good defense behind him. Wilson checks on Marr over at first, then kicks to the plate, fastball outside corner for strike 1, and I think the fastball is all we've seen from Wilson thus far.
And that's all he needed so far, as it's been working pretty well. Poppy's got a 373 batting average coming into here.
From the stretch, Wilson sets at the belt, comes to the plate, swung on and missed, ran that one by Poppy, and the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. Again, De Leon playing in a little bit at third, and shading over towards the bag at second is Zamora to keep Marr at least honest over there. As the wind and the 0-2 pitch, fastball away for ball number 1.
Yeah, that was expected. You wanted to see if he was going to chase on that one. Of course, he did not. Poppy stood still and watched it go by.
Wilson does have a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer, a cutter. All variations on the fastball, and he has a curveball and a changeup too. So he will set, check the runner. Now come to the plate, the 1-2. That one sails away, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count, top of the first inning, no score, 2 down, but a runner at second for Mesilla Valley Christian. Marr with the leadoff single, then moving over on a little bit of a yip throw. Well, I think he probably would have been deep enough for him to tag and go anyway. 2-2 pitch, and that one will miss away for ball number 3. So Poppy works the count full. to at least ERA-wise, the ace of this Cardinal pitching staff. As we've got an airplane coming right over the complex. Of course, we're on the flight path for the Sunport. So a full count at the plate to Poppy. Wilson looks in. Morales gives the sign, sets up. Wilson with the slide kick and the pitch. Fastball missing just on the outside corner for ball 4. First walk of the ball game. We'll send Poppy trotting down to first. And let's see. Nope, they're going to leave Poppy in. Nope, now we will have a courtesy runner come in. That is Andrews for Poppy to run. So Andrews on to run at first. Marr still running for himself at second. The number 5 hitter, Uriah Martez, the third baseman, to the plate.
Didn't expect that from a person who's got 16 walks in the season to be given up.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of jitters in the first pitch. Fastball outside corner for a called strike one. Of course, one thing about the fields here on the far west Mesa at the sports complex, even the mounds are artificial turf. I know back at home, you know, the fields are, but the mounds are still dirt. So that takes a little getting used to for the pitchers. And that one is going to get away from Morales. He gets rid of the hat and lets everybody go. So the passed ball will move Marr to third and Andrews to second. And it'll even the count at 1-1 to Martez. So a little bit of an oopsie there.
Martez has a .377 batting average coming in here.
And he's got a 1-1 count, 2 down. Actually a 2-0 count. I thought it was 1-1.
Oh, it is 1-1. The ump said 1-1.
And the pitch swung on and missed. So now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count as they correct it on the scoreboard. No, they don't. They still have it as 2-1. It's 1-2.
Yep, there it is. Yep. Ump says 1-2. I'm going to go with the ump.
Yeah, me too.
And they're facing it now.
And so the 1-ball, 2-strike count, and the pitch swung on, fouled back into the netting. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you can get out of the little bit of a jam here, it's going to be a very good thing for the Cardinals.
That's right. Don't choke on it and just make sure you get through this inning.
So the 2-ball, now he's showing 2-2. I'm not sure he knows what's going on. I'm going to still go with 1-2. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down, and that will end the Mesilla Valley threat here in the top of the first inning. They put 2 on, but can't move them around. After a half inning, it is the Sunblazers nothing. Eunice coming to bat. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA.
Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember.
For the Sunblazers in the top half of the first inning, they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by Eunice, and they leave 2 runners out on the base pass. So leading it off for your Cardinals, it'll be Isaac Morales. He'll be followed by Julian De Leon and Randy Gallegos. The lefty Marr is on the dish or on the hill. So the lefty with the 1.71 ERA, the perfect 6-0 record. Poppy is his battery mate. You got Mormon, Brad Fate. I'm going to get 5th time's the charm. Brad Fate at second, Beasley at short, Martez at third. Your outfield left to right, Ivaro, Gomez, and Warner. With Ron Gunner, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. State tournament action here. The 2A semifinals from the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex as part of the Albuquerque Regional Sportsplex. And that is a complete mouthful to say, as is the official name of the event. This is the 2026 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. So So now the NMA can't get mad at me. That's the second time in the broadcast I've used the official name. So Isaac Morales will step in, the Redbird catcher, ready to go.
Coming in with a .343 batting average.
And takes the first pitch from Marr, top of the letters, and that will be strike one. Yesterday, Morales walked a couple times, reached on a couple errors, and then grounded into a fielder's choice. So officially 0 for in the ballgame, and the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled off for strike two. Eunice never really got the bats going yesterday against Texaco. They took advantage of 5 Texaco errors and some aggressive base running and a whole bunch of walks to put stuff on the board. They need to get the bats clicking today. The 0-2 pitch, and he flinched on it, and that one going to be just outside for ball number 1. Pretty good pitch from the lefty.
Yep, thought about swinging and did so, and then checked it really quickly.
Marr sets up on the third base side of the rubber. Deals in. That's a hard shot on the ground. Backhanded in the hole at short by Beasley. Fires across the diamond to Mormon in time to get the speedy Morales for out number 1. If you're scoring at home, that is 6-3, 1 down. But good to see the Redbirds getting a solid contact with the first batter. So now Julian DeLeon will step up to the plate. DeLeon in the ballgame yesterday came on in relief and got the win. He's got some pop.
Yep, .592 batting average.
Couple of singles yesterday, and the first pitch will miss for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield playing very deep. Ivaro actually towards the gap in left center. Huge gap down the line in left. As the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. There's the curveball you would expect to see out of a left-hander, and gets DeLeon in front and evens the count at 1-1.
Now the funny thing was, is the last play that happened, Beasley, sophomore, did not have to move too far to get that over to first.
1-1 delivery. That's a fastball, and that will shave the outside corner. Good pitch there from Marr. Strike number 2, so a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, you don't face a whole lot of lefties generally, especially in the small school division. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one is right down the slot, strike 3. I don't know what Julian thought he was looking for, but that wasn't it as he goes down looking. First K of the ball game for Marr, and 2 up, 2 down for the Cards.
Might have been a little slow on the delay on that one, and he thought it might have been outside. Usually that's what happens, but he threw it down the middle. By the time he adjusted it, he probably would have been too late.
So now Gallegos will step in with 2 outs, and the first pitch is inside for ball number 1. Randy getting the start yesterday, had kind of a rough outing of it. Walked 3 times in the ballgame, struck out twice. Officially 0 for 2, but he got on 3 times. And the 1-0 swung on, and that's a hard shot, and that will find its way out into left field past a diving Beasley at short. And so the 2 outs, hard hit single through the 6-hole for Gallegos. And Eunice going to try and start something with 2 outs here. And now Andres Serrano, DHing today, steps in. Serrano yesterday was 0 for 4. He walked a couple of times. 3 times to be exact.
So a designated
So he's
walker.
0 for 2.
Yeah. Well, .327 is his batting average so far this season.
And he'll take the first pitch as that's a cutter that's going to come inside for ball number 1.
You had to move out of the way a little bit so he wouldn't get hit.
So it looks like fastball, curveball, cutter, and I'm sure there's a changeup in there too for Marr. And the 1-0 pitch, there's the curveball, and it hangs and stays out of the zone for ball number 2. He throws that pitch, and it's 6 inches lower. It's probably landing somewhere down around UNM. And the 2-0 pitch, he throws the fastball, and that one is up around eyeball level to Serrano. And so a 3-0 count.
And just a bit outside on that one. I thought maybe he was going to put the sinker on that one, but he did not.
And the 3-0 pitch as the take sign was on all the way as it runs inside the cutter from the lefty. So a single and a walk, and Eunice in business with 2 outs. Now runners at first and second, and Luis Zamora coming to the plate. Zamora, the shortstop for the Cards.
His .372 batting average is going to be facing against this Marr.
3 for 3 yesterday as he slaps that one hard, but right at Mormon standing on first base. And so the hard hit ground out to position number 3 for out number 3. So Eunice answers and puts a couple on, but can't move them around. An inning in the books here at the 2A semifinals. No score yet in this one. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues on Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and the 103.7 KPZA Facebook page.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
No runs on one hit, no errors committed by Mesilla Valley, and 2 runners left on for the Cards. We go to the second, no score, as leading it off will be the number 6 hitter in the lineup. That is Gomez, and the first pitch to Gomez, fastball that he waves at, strike number 1. Welcome back to Field 4 here at the Jennifer Riot and Spark Kindness Sports Complex. Gomez, Ivaro, and Brad Fate has another swing and a miss. That was the 4-seamer as Gomez over the top of it.
Gomez with a .302 batting average on this one.
The lefty center fielder waits, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. I like the call there. Wilson just comes right at him. 3 fastballs once they figured out Gomez may have a little trouble catching up to it. And 3 pitches and strikeout number 2 for Wilson on the hill. So now it'll be Avaro's turn. As the righty left fielder steps in, and he'll take the first pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner, and that will be strike 1. We are behind and kind of off to one side of home plate. A little hard maybe to tell up and down. We've got a pretty good angle on what's coming over the plate, as that'll be a chopper foul down into the first base coach's box.
Navarro coming in with a .302 batting average. 0-2 though.
So a no ball, 2 strike count. Melanson out in left, playing about halfway out, and the 0-2 pitch, fastball away. Trying to get the chase and did not get it. That's one thing I do not like about the high school game anymore, whether it be baseball or softball. A lot of times if it's 2-0, the batter knows you're just going to waste a pitch. Come after him. The 1-2 pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. That was the 4-seamer again, which has a little late life on it. And so back-to-back strikeouts. And it'll be DJ Brad Fate to the plate. Why do I have trouble with this young man's name? I apologize to his family.
That's what happens with me too. Once you get a bad name in there, you can't shake it off. It doesn't matter what you do, how many times you try to say his name right, it still comes out wrong.
So Brad Fate, I'm going to just keep saying it until I get it right and it becomes second nature. First pitch from Wilson. Brad Fate checks his swing. They appeal down to third. And he says, nope, he held it up. It'll be ball 1.
Or you just call him Brad. 343 is what he's got a batting average of this season.
Just call him DJ. That's his first name. So the 1-0 pitch, and that one he flinches on it but holds it up as it'll be high and outside to the lefty second baseman. So a 2-ball, no strike count. 2 down, nobody on, top 2. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one will be a fastball on the inside corner. That may have been the cutter. It's a little hard to tell from up here, but it had some late life on it.
Yeah, it definitely hit the pad hard, or hit the glove hard.
2-1 pitch swung on and fighting that one into the netting in front of the Eunice dugout. Brad Fate takes that inside pitch and swats it foul, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And we couldn't get a full swing on that one, just barely got the bat onto the ball.
Everybody playing pretty well straight up. Outfielders, well, we'll do that 2-2 pitch. Going to just sweep across the outside and miss for ball 3. Outfield, at least for Melanson and Baeza, playing about halfway back. Pretty well straight up. Goitia much further back in right. We're kind of shielded out from the wind, but I have a feeling it's blowing out a little bit as that one's going to be high for ball 4. So Brad Fate works the 1-out walk. Two-out walk. Second walk issued by Wilson, and it'll bring the number 9 hitter, Caden Warner, to the plate.
Warner coming in with a whopping .455 batting average.
So that's a pretty good weapon to have if you're Coach Sullivan, your number 9 hitter, hitting 400 plus.
By the way, we didn't mention DJ is an 8th grader. He shows.
And the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, and that will be strike 1 to Warner. So Brad Fate over at first. Armendariz holds him on over there. And a no ball, 1 strike count to Warner at the plate. From the stretch, Wilson checks off on that runner. Takes the deep breath, comes to the plate. The fastball misses away. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. The Cardinals and the Sun Blazers for the right to play in a state championship game tomorrow morning. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed as he just ran the fastball by him. So now it's a 1 ball and 2 strike count. So the 1-2 count. 2 down, 1 on. Wilson still from the stretch. Has what he wants from Morales. And he'll slide step and fire the fastball in, but going to miss outside. Morales trying to frame it up. The ump going, yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit better job than that.
You know,
as it's a bad pitch, it just didn't buy it on the frame up, and the ump says something to somebody in the stands.
Right. No doubt getting some words.
I would imagine. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Wilson ready, fires that one away, and gets away from Morales. Had it in the glove, but just kind of snow-coned out. Is diving headfirst into second is Brad Fate with the stolen base. So now runner in scoring position and a full count at the plate to Warner. Winner of this ball game will move on to take on the winner of Santa Rosa and Hojo. They play at 3:30 this afternoon.
So Hojo doing well on both sides, both softball and baseball this year.
Warner waits for Wilson. Wilson and the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sent him down. So Wilson strikes out the side around a 2-out walk. An inning and a half in the books here in the 2A semifinals. No score in this one. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament baseball action continues in 1 minute.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
For Mesilla Valley, they get no runs, no hits, no errors committed, but they leave 1 runner stranded on the base paths. After an inning and a half in the books, we've got no score in this one. Welcome back to far west Albuquerque as it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Wilson Armendariz and Baeza due up for the Cards. With Ron Gunter, I'm TJ Miracle, and I've bumped the, we've been hearing that we're a little bit low on our audio levels, so I've bumped it up just a little bit. So Wilson will step in, pitcher on pitcher duel, and he takes a big cut at a curveball and over the top of it as the bottom drops out for strike number 1.
It caused a nice little stir in the breeze. He's got a 394 batting average.
Marr not wasting much time, and the 0-1 pitch fastball, that one hits the outside corner. And so Wilson now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Wilson, Armendariz, Baeza due up. And the pitch swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3. Second K of the ball game for Marr. Wilson goes down swinging. One up, one down is now Carlos Armendariz to the plate.
Yeah, Wilson was a little late on that swing.
Armendariz yesterday was 1 for 4. Did have a 2 RBI single that ended the game in the 6th, so he was responsible for the walk-off. And he'll take the first pitch in the turf for ball number 1.
Exactly. The first baseman has an average of 339 coming in.
As Armendariz asks for a half second. Ump gives it. Now Marr ready, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one took something off of it and finds the outside corner to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Ivato is playing in the gap in left center. He's not even in left. Everybody cycled around a little bit. The 1-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go? As, yep, they're going to say that he did break the wrists and break the plane for strike number 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. As the ump is barking, and he's getting ready to, I think he just tossed a fan.
I think he is going to, because, yeah, I believe they were talking about the fact that they didn't think that was a they thought that was a check swing. They didn't get it across, but the first base ump said, yes, it is. So it is not up to the ump at the home plate, but the first base ump. And so when you say something, you get warned. He already got warned, and now this is the out.
Yep, I have a feeling that somebody just got run out of this one. That may have been their final warning. And the 1-2 pitch swung on. A little check swing, dribbler over towards second. Misplayed by Bradfate, and he will fire over to first and comes up with it in time and makes the throw over to get Armendariz. So no error on the play. It becomes out number 2. And I have a feeling with that one that Coach Almager, part of that was coming over and asking him to just settle down and let him, give him one more chance there, Blue. Armendariz trots back to the dugout, 2 down. Aiden Baeza to the plate, AB. Good game yesterday out in center. He walked 3 times and had a triple in the ball game.
Swung on a miss on that one first. For 0-1 the count.
So the 0-1 count, 2 down. And the next pitch swung on, and that one is fought off the end of the bat, foul. Out between first base and the Mesilla Valley dugout. So Baeza down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Baeza comes in with a 345 batting average.
Martez cheating in at third just a little bit. I really don't think you're going to see Baeza try to bunt with 2 strikes or hit a slow roller that way, but I could be mistaken. And the 0-2 pitch curveball, that one hangs up and out. So it'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the 1-2 count. Baeza steps out, looks down at Coach Almager. Tyler says, just get back in there and swing away, young man. And the 1-2 pitch, fastball, outside corner, called strike 3. Baeza watches it. So a couple more strikeouts issued by the lefty Marr. 2 in the books from here at the 2A semifinals. No score yet in this one as Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Thomas Welding. Precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
The Cards go quietly 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the second inning. So we turn it over to the top of the third and turn it over to the top of the Mesilla Valley lineup with Marr, Beasley, and Mormon. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Ron Gunter today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the line through the first 2 innings of this one. For Mesilla Valley, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they've left 3 runners stranded. For Eunice, they've got no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they've left 2 out on the base paths. So Marr, who had the leadoff single right back up the middle his first time up, steps in. Reached on the single, got left stranded at third, back in the first. So Wilson ready to go, pitcher on pitcher duel, and the first pitch will be a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1.
You caught the corner on that one, nicely done. It was outside, looked like it was going to be a ball, but no, just caught the corner.
Went through, nice pitch, and the 0-1 delivery, and throws a rare curveball that hangs. Not sure I would throw that one again, as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. When nobody on, Wilson is a very, very fast worker. And the 1-1 pitch, whoa, inside. Hippity hop out of the way of that one as the bright pink Air Force Ones down there.
You got to think that he held on that too long, but yeah, those pink shoes definitely stand out.
They're sparkly on the back. Maybe he does that to distract the opposing pitchers and hitters.
Oh yeah, I see it.
The Jordan ones, bright pink and sparkly. 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is a repeat of what he did in the first inning. A line shot right back up the middle and into center field by Asa. To it quickly, but it'll be a single for Marr. He has his second hit of the ball game, and now Zach Beasley to the plate.
And that's the reason why he's got a .635 batting average.
And it will be Castillo checking in to run for him this time. He ran for himself in the first, but Castillo, with good speed, comes on to run here in the second. Leads off about a step over there as Wilson shifts over to the stretch. Sets between the belt and the letters and slides in and fires high for ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Goitia playing pretty deep out in right. Was a little bit shaky out there early yesterday, but pulled it back in. Playing a little deeper to start today. In the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Got him to chase a high fastball. So went after the high heat and evens it up at a ball and a strike. Something to remember if you're the pitcher and the catcher and the pitching coach is that maybe Beasley can be susceptible to high heat.
He is a sophomore, so he's still not quite as experienced as some of them.
Checking on the runner over at first. Wilson to the plate, popped up onto the right side. Good carry as Goitia on the run, on the line, out in right, about 2/3 of the way back, makes the grab. And so Beasley, for the second time, will fly out to right. And there's one down and a much better throw in that time. Zamora cuts it off at second and keeps Castillo running for Marr, stapled over at first.
Yeah, he had to run over to get that, lost his hat along the way, but was able to camp underneath it and get that easy can of corn.
Good speed there for Goitia out in right. So clear it off, and Mormon will step in. Infield double play depth, and the first pitch to him drops through the zone, but low for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Mormon flew out to right his last time up. He is 0 for 1. Infield stays at double play depth with 1 down. Wilson comes to the plate. Whoa, low bridge. Ducking out of the way of that one is Mormon, and it's ball 2.
Yeah, that is some chin music right there delivered, but was able to get out of the way. Of course, if you don't get out of the way and you do get hit, it could be an out.
So a 2 ball, no strike count. Wilson comes to the plate, fastball swung on and getting a piece of that one and getting a piece of it right off of himself. Ouch, hit the left foot. Talked about this in the softball game earlier when one of Lovington's players got hit in the toe. There is not a lot of padding, A, on the shoes or B, on the foot itself. Mormon trying to walk that one off, and I just noticed he's got sparkly pink shoes too. They're not sparkly pink Jordans, but they're sparkly and kind of pinkish too.
Yeah, well, we got the glare from the sun, but yeah, anything from the knee below, you don't want to get hit because, again, there's no padding like you mentioned, and it stings.
No natural and generally not a lot of add-on padding either. So a 2-1 count, 1 out, runner at first. Wilson deals to Mormon. Fastball swung on. That's a chopper. Could be 2. Zamora with it to Gallegos to first. And yes, sir, it is the textbook 6-4-3 twin killing. And it becomes a 1-2-3 inning for Mesilla Valley Christian. After 2.5 in the books, it is no score Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball returns in just a moment.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
For the Sunblazers of Mesilla Valley in the top of the third inning, no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. A 6-4-3 twin killing, Zamora to the Gallegos to Armandatis. It's almost as good as Tinker to Evers to Chance, and it becomes the twin killing double play that wipes out the leadoff single. So we head to the bottom of the third inning, 9-1-2. Due up for your Cardinals, Goitia, Morales, and De Leon. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Ron Gunter. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square Sports Central this afternoon. So Goitia will step in, the number 9 hitter, going to try and spark something for these Cardinals. And he'll take the first pitch as it is a slider. That's a new one, right across, but it's low for ball number 1. The first time I think we've seen that pitch. 1-0 pitch comes back with the fastball, and that one with some late life misses inside for ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Marr does throw pretty much straight overhand. Don't see that out of a lot of lefties as he'll deal that one right down the pipe. Took just a touch off of it and gets it through the zone, belt high. Goitia may not see a better pitch than that all tournament, but was looking at something else. And working the pitch count, too. And the 2-1 pitch, and he'll take that one. It's a bouncer over to third. Martez handles it and then fires across the diamond, makes the long throw to Mormon in time to get the speedy Goitia. So it'll be 5-3 for out number 1.
And that's one of those situations you hope the throw is not pinpoint, but that one was.
And so now to be Isaac Morales, and to the plate, he grounded out to Beasley, the shortstop, who shades over towards the bag at second this time, and a curveball that Morales is well out in front of. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I think he was sitting fastball or cutter on that one, Ron, and was not ready for the off-speed stuff.
Yeah, just waiting for that fastball, and you're right. He was a little early.
0-1 pitch, and that'll be another bouncer. On the third hop, Beasley with it. He will throw a strike across the diamond to Mormon. So for the second time, Morales grounds out 6-3, and it is 2 up, 2 down for the Cards as now Julian De Leon to the plate. De Leon struck out looking his last time up. He does lead the Cardinals in the batting average, and he's got some pop.
Yep, that 592, and he's hoping that will pay off in this bat.
And he will take the first pitch from Marr. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. They're going to say he held it up. Ball 1.
Would have been my call, too, but again, we're not in the same area, so it's hard to see if he actually did go to the line or not.
And the 1-0 pitch from Marr swung on. That one is going to be chop foul. Hey, Coach Almager down there flashing the leather. He's not wearing gloves, but he was a very good fielding pitcher when he was in high school. I hate that I'm old enough to remember that. But it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one bounces into the Eunice dugout and then back out. Coach Almager fields it again.
Well, you know the old saying, you either you get old or die trying.
Well, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to do both. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, I called Tyler. I guess I got to call him Coach Almager now. And 3 straight state championship games. They won a couple of them back when they let them play over at Isotopes Park. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And the wind and the pitch, and that one will be low. Evens things up at 2-2.
Yes, indeed. And once again, a little bit of patience, but just be watchful and make sure you see those pitches and hit the right one.
And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to center field. Gomez goes back on it, takes about 10 steps back, camps out about 15 feet in front of the warning track and makes the grab. So De Leon gets good lumber on it, but comes up a little short. It'll be a long fly out to center for out number 3 as the Cards go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. 3 in the books. Still no score in this 2A semifinal matchup. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball back in a minute. Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
IPS Incorporated.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
The Cards go 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the third inning, so we head to the top of the fourth. It'll be Poppy, Martez, and Gomez. That is 4, 5, and 6. Middle third of the lineup due up for the Sunblazers of Mesilla Valley. There are no weak sisters left in this tournament. It is 1 through 4 in these semifinals coming up later this afternoon. You will have Santa Rosa, the number 2 team in the state, taking on Hojo Academy, the number 3 team in the state, for the right to play the winner of this one tomorrow morning over at UNM. So Poppy walked and was left stranded his last time up as the righty catcher settles in, and the first pitch is right down the slot from Wilson, still on the hill, strike 1. No work in either bullpen, as both pitchers have pitched extremely well through 3+. Wilson with the slide, the kick, and that one is going to just miss outside. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count.
And you never know if the ump is being extra
1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be up and in. A little chin music for ball number 2.
Yep.
This ump seems to make up his mind pretty quick and indicate. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Infield shifted slightly over towards the right side, swung on, popped up. That one will get out of play over the Mesilla Valley bullpen.
There's a couple of kids over there. They may be able to get that ball, and it looks like they will.
Yep, heading over to the playground that's over that direction. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, not allowed to video up here. We'd show you the playground probably. And the 2-2 pitch, fastball, and just missing outside. Ball 3. Pretty good pitch from up here.
Yeah, that was just a bit outside. Looked good for us, but again, we're not the umps.
They do a great job.
Yes, they do.
And the payoff pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Could be trouble. Zamora charges it and bobbles it, picks it back up, but it is not going to be in time. That'll be an infield single for Poppy, as that one went into no man's land and really just died. Even if Zamora had got that cleanly, I don't think he gets Poppy over at first. So it'll be an infield single for Poppy.
Yeah, Zamora may have just tried to look ahead and get the throw in. Sometimes you do that. You get 1 step ahead, but you have to have the ball first. And when it bounces a little off on you, then you mistime it. And, of course, that's the reason why I runner at first.
Now Uriah Martez will step in 0 for 1. The righty third baseman struck out his last time up. So 0 for 1, runner at first. The Andrews running for Poppy once again, and that fastball will run outside. Morales has to come up out of the crouch to grab it and to keep Andrews running at first right where he is. Armendariz holds him on over there.
Sometimes you see that pitch just because you think the runner's going to go ahead and go to second.
And so it's a 1 ball, no strike count. Not much of a lead over there. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, as he just rears back and fires the fastball right through there and says, if you can hit it, you can have it. and Martez not able to make contact on that one.
Junior Stills, though, has plenty of opportunities against his pitcher.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Wilson checks on the runner. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, as that looked like the two-seamer as it had a little movement on it late and dips and dives and ducks through the zone. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, Wilson looked really good on that pitch.
Wilson flashes the signs out, or Morales flashes them to Wilson, I should say. Now Ethan ready, and the 1-2 swung on, and that's a line shot over the head of a leaping Zamora, and out into shallow center field. Baeza gets to it quickly on the sprint, and will toss it back in. Zamora, if he's 2 inches taller, that's a line out to short, but that one just kind of curled and twisted and went just high enough. Zamora showing some pretty good ups out there, but it's back-to-back singles to start this 4th inning for Mesilla Valley. Of course, we're 2.5 times through their time and a half through the lineup now. So they may be starting to pick up Wilson just a little bit. So now runners at first and second. And it'll be Gomez to the plate, and the first pitch to him will be high for ball number 1.
Gomez is a sophomore. But yeah, Zamora had good timing, just didn't have the height on it like you mentioned. Otherwise, he definitely would have been able to get that catch in midair.
So a 1 ball, no strikeout to Gomez at the plate. Mesilla Valley trying to put on the pressure here. Top 4, nobody out. Back-to-back singles have them in business. The fastball, that one is heading to field 1 next door. As the count evens up 1-1, I think Goddard playing over there right now, trying to punch their ticket through to the championship round. We may just have teams warming up. I'd have to look at that bracket, but I think it could be a Goddard-Artesia final. They are the 1 and 2 teams in 4A in the state. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. He just rears back and throws the fastball by him. When your fastball's that good, I mean, I understand why you throw other things, but I'm not sure I throw anything else.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Explodes out of the hand, and depending on which one he throws, has the late life. The 1-2 pitch, and he will throw that one in the turf and even things up at 2-2. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Great to have you with us on this sunny afternoon here in Albuquerque. Eunice trying to get back to the state championship game after coming up a game shy a year ago. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. That'll be the 5th K of the ball game for Wilson, and there is 1 away here in this top of the 4th inning. So now Cameron Ivado to the plate. Ivado, a strikeout victim his last time up. I'll bump that up just a little bit more for you, Mr. Forrester. And the first pitch to Ivado is up for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Martez at first. Andrews running for Poppy at second. Back-to-back singles to start the inning. Infield still at double play depth. Zamora keeping the runner honest over at second. Wilson checks, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Just rears back and tosses the fastball by him. I never speculate on speed without a speed gun, but would say Wilson is definitely touching the upper end of what a lot of high school guys do. And he'll deal the 1-1. That fastball just misses on the outside corner. Morales trying to put the frame up that would get it in the Louvre. But the man in blue behind the plate does not agree. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Wilson checks on the runners, takes a long look at Andrews at second. Now the 2-1 pitch, fastball inside corner. Evens it up at 2-2. And that pitch didn't look as good as the one before, at least not from our angle.
But it did get it in the strike zone. As probably will be looking back at second base to see if there's a logistical chance to be able to get him out.
2-2 pitch, fastball, ding dong. That's going to hit him right in the tuchus. So the first hit batter of the ball game as Wilson moves it in just a little bit much, and that'll load him up with just 1 out. As Mesilla Valley has their golden opportunity here in the top of the 4th inning. As Brad Fatal stepped to the plate, he walked, stole the base, and was left stranded his last time up. You said he's an 8th grader?
He's an 8th grader, yes. So Now you got an 8th grader out there trying to get some runs in.
Oh, the second baseman, Brad Fate, steps in. He is a lefty. First pitch from Wilson will be high for ball number 1. If the young man's a little taller, that might be strike number 1, but
right. But he is not. He's still growing into it.
Yeah, he's going to say he's just an 8th grader.
And he played pretty well at second base. He was able to collect himself and get that throw to first in time.
1-0 pitch. That one's high for ball 2. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter through 3 1/3 so far. As timeout going to be asked for, as assistant coach going to come out and try and settle things down for Wilson. So while we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Eunice Cardinal Playoff State Tournament Baseball possible. The City of Eunice, Eunice Schools, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Gas Company, Eunice Health Clinic, Parker Energy, Eunice Wrecker, Thomas Welding, IPS, Badger, also Lavelle Insurance, Panther Energy, helping out some too there, EP&S, Eunice Pump and Supply, Guns Up Services, R360, NMR Pipeline, and Lasco Construction, making it possible for us to bring you these games all season long. Of course, with video all season, but the NMAA won't allow us to video. They want you to pay $14 a game or whatever they're charging now for a service that may or may not work. We'd never charge you to watch your kids and teams play. So the meeting at the mound is over, and it's a 2-0 count to Brad Fate at the plate. Bases juiced, nowhere to put him. So Wilson's got a pitch to him, and he will deal the fastball high for ball number 3. Now, if you're Brad Fate, I've got to think that Coach Sullivan is going to have the green light on for him, because you have to throw a strike here if you're Wilson.
I don't know. I think you pretty much sit on it and see what happens, and then maybe bat at the next one.
3-0 pitch, fastball right down the slot. Good call, Ron, as you kind of saw the flinch, but Brad Fate going, yeah, Coach told me to hold off, so the take sign was on. It will not be this time. Time to rear back and see what Wilson's got. He gets the sign from Morales. Bases loaded full of Blazers, and the 3-1 pitch is away for ball 4, and the first run of the ball game is an RBI walk to Brad Fate, as that'll cash in Andrews. And 1-0, Mesilla Valley in the lead. Still one out, and the bases still loaded. Martez to third, Ivado to second, and Brad Fate now stands at first after the RBI walk. Third walk issued by Wilson, and that's a costly one. So now Warner, who struck out, will step in. And he'll take the first pitch off the outside corner for ball number 1. All of a sudden, Wilson having a little trouble finding the zone. No work down in the Eunice pen. They're just going to keep riding Wilson.
I would too, but yeah, he's more concerned about 3 runners than he is the one batter.
And the 1-0 pitch, that one's high for ball 2. I think he needs to worry more about the batter than the runners.
True. That's what I always say too. Just focus on what's in front of you, not what's behind you.
Brad Fate at first, Ivaro at second, Martez at third. Outfield playing about halfway back, and the 2-0 pitch, fastball swung on. That's a little looper that's going to find its way through into shallow right field. Charging it is Goitia. That'll get a run home, and it'll be an RBI single to right.
And a bad throw
for Warner, and then the bad throw will get another run home, and so an error on a transition. So the RBI single to right for Warner cashes in Martez. Ivaro moves to third, and then will score on the throwing error.
And now they've got another runner coming in.
On Gallegos says, yep, it went out of play, and that gives you 2 bases.
Right.
So Brad Fate will score 2, and that will make this all of a sudden a 4-0 ball game in favor of the Sun Blazers, as the umpires are talking about that that bad throw, it caromed off and then went into the Eunice dugout, which means 2 bases, and so a throwing error. That's the second throwing error of the ball game. The first one didn't cost them. That one did.
Yes, it did.
And it is now 4-0 in favor of Mesilla Valley. And turn it back to the top of the lineup and Marr.
And unfortunately, those throwing errors, have been costly to teams before.
Yes, they have. First pitch to Marr is on the outside corner, called strike 1. So now Eunice in a hole. They got in a hole yesterday, managed to dig out. That was a much earlier portion of the ball game. need to get out of this inning first. 4 runs across, just 1 out. The 8th grader standing out at second, Bradfate. Pitch, and that one on the outside corner. That was the cutter, and an angry cutter from Wilson. His last 2 pitches have been a little upset. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe he's like the Hulk. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Wilson checks the runner. And the 0-2 pitch right in there. Got him with the off-speed pitch. Ring him up and set him down. Marr goes down looking. 6K of the ball game for Wilson. And there are mercifully 2 down now as Zach Beasley to the plate. Beasley's made contact good twice, but Goitia has managed to track him down in right field. Still from the stretch, Wilson checks the runner. Comes to the plate, fastball. That one bounces in front of the plate. Overthrew that one a little bit for ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. There has been upsets all over this tournament, baseball and softball. Eunice trying to avoid that fate. As the wind and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. And pops out of the glove of Morales, but he keeps it in front of him, which keeps Bradfate over at second. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike to the number 2 hitter, Beasley, who's played very well at shortstop. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fastball, and that one is going to miss just high. It was right over the heart of the plate, but high for ball 2. So it'll be a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Cards trying to get out of this one without any more damage being done. A costly 2-run error. The 2-1 pitch popped up and heading over to field 3 next door. And the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goitia over towards the line just a little bit and right. Infield pretty much playing straight up while Zamora shades over towards Bradfate at second to at least keep him close. 2-2 pitch. Whoa, low bridge ducking out of the way of ball 3 is Beasley. So it looked like Wilson was on cruise control, but some walks and a little bit of command problem here in this top of the 4th inning. And then a throwing error by Gallegos on a relay. Payoff pitch swung on and stays alive as that one hits the support for the netting over everything. So we'll reset and we will do 3-2 once again. So a 3 ball, 2 strike count. Number 2 hitter Beasley at the plate. Wilson checks the runner and timeout asked for by Beasley. I thought that Wilson and Morales taking a little too long.
Kind of surprised they're not trying for second, trying to get him out. There's a big lead on there.
Payoff pitch, and that one will be high for ball 4. So another walk issued. That'll be the 4th walk from Wilson. And it'll bring up the number 3 hitter. That is Mormon. And now Mesilla Valley has batted around the 9th hitter of the inning to come to the plate. 2 on, 2 out, but 4 across this inning for the Sun Blazers. First pitch to Mormon swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play right side. And over the bullpen.
Yeah, 4 walks. That is very unlikely unlike Wilson, as he's had 16 the whole season, so he's above his average right now.
Yeah, definitely so. 6-0, and still none of those runs, or actually only one of those 4 runs is earned because of the error, and it came with 2 outs. So nothing after this, if they come in, will count towards the ERA, but still, you don't worry so much about your ERA if you're down 4-0.
Yeah, worry about the bottom line, the score.
So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wilson fires up and in. And kind of flinching out of the way is Mormon, a ball 2. Runner at first is Beasley. Runner at second is Warner.
Yeah, and this one's lasted a little. This 4th inning has lasted a little while longer than Eunice would like to see.
Yes, it has. As Morales takes a minute, goes out, talks to Wilson, trying to settle him back in and settle him back down.
Just saying, you know you can do it. Just go ahead and throw a couple of strikes, and we're out of here.
Get back to the dugout and see if you can start making amends and trying to get back into this one. Some uncharacteristic errors yesterday and today for the Cardinals. No official errors for Eunice yesterday, but there was one, I think. 2-1 pitch swung on. That one is popped up over on the left side. De Leon charges it, but it'll catch the wind, and Morales tries to adjust to it as it comes back to the retaining wall and runs out of room as it hits the netting first. So we will even it up at 2-2.
I was wondering about that. It is a shallow backstop on there, so even if you had a chance, it probably would have hit the net first.
Yeah, not very much on fields 1 or 2, 3, and 4. It's a much deeper one over on field 1. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Eunice trying to get out of it, and there it is. Yes, sir. Ring him up, sit him down. Delayed call as Mormon goes down looking. 7th K of the game for Wilson, but 4 runs come across for Mesilla Valley. After 3.5, it's Mesilla Valley 4, Eunice nothing. The Cards going to play catch-up when we come back. Cardinal Baseball is here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the KPZA Facebook page.
Parker Energy Support Services, proud to be a part of the community. Parker keeps the oil field moving with water hauling, dirt work, and disposal services. The real pride is the people. Supporting the youth is at the core of who Parker is. Parker believes in the future, and Parker Energy is a proud supporter of the Eunice Cardinals. Parker Energy is now hiring, including a Class A CDL vacuum truck driver, competitive pay, strong benefits, and a team that treats you like family. Stop by Parker Energy today and apply. Build your future with a company that believes in its people and its community. When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
For Mesilla Valley in the top half of the 4th inning, they get 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed, and it was a costly one for Eunice. And 2 runners left out on the base pass. So Eunice got to try and get back into this one. Heart of the lineup to do it as Randy Gallegos leads it off. First pitch to Gallegos as that's a curveball, a rare curve for Marr, and it hits the zone, strike 1. Gallegos, Serrano, Zamora. 3-4-5 due up. The lefty Marr quickly back to it. That'll be a slow chopper. Martez waits on it and then makes a strong throw across the diamond, but it is low. Mormon can't dig it out as rounding first, heading to second is Gallegos. And so a throwing error on Martez. And now Eunice in business, going to hopefully take advantage of an error on their opposite number.
Throw didn't reach the glove. In fact, it was a bouncer. Could not get it underneath his glove like you mentioned and went sailing out to near the dugout.
So now it'll be Andres Serrano. He walked his first time up and got left stranded. So a 4-0 deficit here for the Cardinals.
And the sophomore coming up trying to see what he can do with the bat as he has 1 on.
And that runner in scoring position, Randy Gallegos, gets a good lead over there. And timeout, they're going to call the balk. And so the balk is going to be called on Marr. They're going to say that he sat and then shifted. Marr going to argue a little bit. No, once you come set,
yep.
Can't do it. And so a balk.
And even show what he did so that way he knows what to not do.
So that'll put a runner at third after the leadoff error.
And now I have a better understanding of what a balk is.
Yeah, it's when you come set and then come out of it. And now timeout is asked for by Serrano. And it is granted. Jeff, you start your motion and then stop. That is a balk. The first pitch to Serrano is inside, gets away from Poppy. But he will keep it in front of him enough to keep the speedy Gallegos stapled over at third. It's ball 1 at the plate to Serrano. So now Eunice trying to put some pressure. Their first runner at third in the game comes at the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 1-0 pitch, that one will be low on the fastball for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Serrano at the plate. Marr still on the hill. For Mesilla Valley has pitched brilliantly thus far. 2-0 pitch inside, ball 3. Of course, it was the 4th inning where Wilson had been pitching brilliantly too. Started having just a little bit of problems, so Eunice trying to return the favor.
So worst case scenario, if he does walk, it'll be runners on the corners with no outs.
So a 3-ball, no strike count. Deals to Serrano, and ding dong, that one's going to come in and hit him.
So it would have been ball 4
anyway.
So,
but
yeah.
So the hit by pitch, and there are cards on the corners. In good speed with Serrano out there. Now Luis Zamora to the plate. Zamora, a hard ground out to Mormon at first. He's 0 for 1.
We're going to have a meeting on the mound now.
Coach Sullivan not wasting any time with a 4-0 lead. Eunice can come back and pick off the win in this one. They will move on to the state championship game tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. over at UNM's Lobo Field, or whatever they're calling it this year, against the winner of Santa Rosa, the number 2 team in the state, and Hojo, number 3. That game will be late this afternoon on this field right here at the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex.
So speaking of which, for Hojo, they were unable to get that victory again for Loving. Just like last year, they lost twice, but this year they only had to lose once against Loving. Final score was 5-1, but Hojo was able to get 1 run across.
So in other words, Loving repeats as the state 2A softball champs.
Correct. They did it the easy way this time. Last year they did it the hard way.
So now it'll be Luis Zamora to the plate. And the first pitch will be inside to Luis. Gets away from Poppy. And so that will allow Serrano to move down to second on the pass ball.
Of course, they didn't throw. Sometimes you throw to,
Well,
back to the pitcher,
Well,
so that way you can throw back to the home to get the stolen, try to get the stolen base.
Well, Poppy was having a little trouble digging that one out as they pitched. That one going to be low for ball number 2. As Zamora he didn't help him. He didn't dance out of the way or anything. He just stood there. And so that let runners now at second and third. 2-0 pitch. That one is right down the slot. Some late break from Marr and makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Serrano at second. Gallegos at third. Eunice trailing by 4 but threatening bottom 4. Pitch, and that one is at the top of the zone, inside corner. Evens things up at 2-2. So Marr pitching a little angry all of a sudden.
Well, he's stuck in a pickle right now, and his coach has said,
Pitch to Zamora, and that one will be high for ball 3.
Just do what you know how to do once again.
Again, Ivado was playing pretty much in the gap out in left center. Now, if you could get something early and you'd get some big roll out to left field, that's high for ball 4, and that'll walk the bases loaded. The first walk issued by Marr, and so now Eunice is threatening, and Ethan Wilson with an opportunity to really help his own cause here as the Cardinal pitcher steps to the plate with the bases full of his Redbird teammates.
394 batting average, he can do it.
Struck out his first time up, and he will look at the first pitch, curveball, and trying to get out of the way of that one. It didn't matter because it broke, but didn't break as much as he thought it would coming from the lefty, and it is strike 1. Marr from the stretch, the lefty deals, swung on, hit off the fists, and foul into the netting. So a no-ball, 2-strike count. Carlos Armendariz waits on deck. No work going on over in the Mesilla Valley pen.
You got to think that they want to go at least 6 innings, maybe 5.
0-2 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled off into the net. Good stroke at it by Wilson, but just a little bit behind it and underneath it. Fouls it off to the right. So the count stays 0-2. Zamora at first, Serrano at second, Gallegos at third. 0-2 delivery, hit off the fist and popped up on the infield. Coming over and backhanding it is Marr. Infield fly rule, I'm pretty sure would have been in effect there anyway, but it'll be a pop out to the pitcher for out number 1. That is kind of the danger, especially in high school when you get the bases loaded, nobody out and you're trailing, is the guys that come up a lot of times, they want to get them all back with one swing. You don't need to do that. Just do your job and keep the line moving. So now Armendariz will step in. He had a hard ground out to Bradfoot. And that one will be low for ball number 1. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, 0 for 1. But a chance to do damage here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 pitch, check, swing. Yep, he went. You'd see that one from up here, and it evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it did. It just could not get it broke fast enough.
So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Marr checks the runners, then comes to the plate, 1-1, and the changeup is Armendariz well out in front of that one. About all he needed to look like Elvis, or I'm sorry, Adrian Beltre. The way he swung at that one was going down to one knee. Came out of his shoes trying to catch up to that one. Was chugging in. The 1-2 pitch, curveball. That one bounces in front of the plate and is blocked out by Poppy. The count evens up 2-2. Mormon playing in over at first, even with the bag at third. Martez. Middle infielders are back. They're looking for a double play ball if they can get it. 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to bounce and get away, but Poppy quickly goes around Armendariz and gets to it, and will keep Gallegos over at third, but it is ball 3. I was hopeful, but it's just ball 3.
Not quite yet. One ahead of you.
So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Armendariz has worked the count full. Eunice putting on the pressure, trailing. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Armendariz goes down swinging. 4th K of the ball game for Marr, and that's a big one as it'll bring up Baeza with 2 down. That takes a lot of the pressure off. Now you can really kind of not worry quite as much about the runners and focus more on the batter.
Yeah, that had to be a changeup because he was well ahead of that ball.
First pitch to Baeza, fastball high. Poppy drops it but gets to it again. It only goes about 5 feet away from him. Collects it quickly. Good speed with Gallegos over at third. And ball 1 at the plate. Baeza steps out. Now back in. Settles in. Takes the deep breath. Set up outside is Poppy and swung on, and that'll be a slow roller foul. As the count evens up at a ball and a strike. And I think Baeza, knowing he might have missed one that he could have really driven there as he pounds the bat onto the plate. Steps out, walks around a minute, and then settles back in on the turf box. 1-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. It's handled by Marr. Wisely pivots, fires, goes to first to get Baeza 1-3 for out number 3. So the Cards threaten but come up empty in the 4th. To the 5th inning we go. It is Mesilla Valley 4, Eunice nothing. Cardinal Bay.
Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember.
For the Eunice Cardinals, they threaten but come up empty in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed by Mesilla Valley, and the bases are left juiced. New pitcher in the ballgame as we go to the 5th as Julian De Leon takes over on the hill. As he came in yesterday, put out a fire and actually got the win in relief in the quarterfinal matchup. De Leon and Wilson will just trade places in the field. So now you got De Leon on the hill. Morales still behind the plate. Armendariz, Gallegos, Zamora, and Wilson now the infield first to third. Melanson, Baeza, and Goitia the outfield still from left to right.
Yep, 188 is his ERA. He's got 13 walks and 69 strikeouts.
Good fastball, good changeup. Has a little bit of a curveball, too, that he can pull out of his pocket. Due up for Mesilla Valley, it'll be Poppy, Martez, and Gomez. So that'll be 4, 5, and 6. It'll be the middle third of the lineup due for Coach Sullivan's Sunblazers. They're giving De Leon a couple of seconds to warm up. I'm a little surprised De Leon had unless they've changed the rule. He was pretty efficient yesterday, but I'm a little surprised he still has the pitches to give here. He may only have one inning.
Hey, man, that's maybe what they want. One inning is good enough for right now. Something that will get them through to the end of the game with the lead. But Poppy here coming in as a freshman, coming in at 373 for the batting average. Pretty good for a freshman.
And an infield single his last time up, and the first pitch from De Leon is going to be low for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Both coaches, especially Coach Almag, are going to have to pull out all the stops because there is no tomorrow if you lose. The 1-0 pitch, ouch, inside. I don't know how it missed him, but it did. So just a bit inside. Harry Doyle, the late great Bob Euchre. That one definitely qualifies for ball 2.
Indeed.
And my first Eucharism of the ball game. So with 2 ball, no strike count, you had one earlier. So 2-0 pitch, and that one is a fastball right down the slot for strike number 1.
Well, this is the audience. You can't use all of his Eucharisms.
No, you cannot. Especially not from the movie Major League, you can't. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, popped up. Gonna drift into shallow center field. Coming in on it is Baeza. As if you could hit it hard and get it up, the way the ball is carrying, I mean, he swung up on that and it just popped straight up, but it just kind of kept carrying to about 20 yards out into the outfield. Baeza gets it on the fly out for out number 1.
And Baeza just had to move just a moment, and that was it. And then just wait for it to come down and hit the glove.
Martez will step in. Now he's 1 for 2. He had a hard single up the middle an inning ago. Eunice desperately needs a clean inning if they can get it. De Leon will fire the fastball outside, ball 1. Everybody playing pretty well straight up. Wilson and Zamora both shading slightly over towards the bag at second. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat and out of play. Onto the concourse to our right. Evens things up at a ball and a strike to Martez. 2 up for Eunice in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be 9-1-2 due up. Eunice right now sitting with just 1 hit in the ball game. 1-1 pitch, fastball swung on, got a piece of it. And that'll be strike number 2.
And the thing is if he hadn't have swung, that may have been a ball.
Yeah, I think it might have been up and in, but it looked pretty good to him.
Good enough to try to swing, so yes, indeed.
I'm not going to complain about it.
I'm not either.
So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. As De Leon in relief. Deals the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, ring him up and sit him down. 8th strikeout for Eunice pitching, first for De Leon, and 2 up, 2 down, and now Alki Gomez to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He struck out a couple of times in this one. This will, of course, be his first time facing De Leon. De Leon sets up on the extreme first base side of the rubber and deals the first pitch, and Gomez will wheel and deal and come up empty, strike 1.
It was a little late swing for Gomez, looked like, but it's a very unique stance.
Well, the 0-1 pitch, and that one will be up and away for ball number 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Yeah, he's kind of straight up and down with his upper half and kind of sticks his rear end out and opens the stance just slightly with the back knee bent almost to the ground and the front leg almost straight. You're right, it is a bit unique. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. But he comes up out of it, and when he starts his swing, all of a sudden he's popping up, and it looks much more normal. There's a lot of movement going on in that swing.
I know he's trying to use his power of his legs to go into the swing, but his swing is off.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, chases the high fastball, ring him up, sit him down, and finally a clean inning for the Cardinals as De Leon comes on and puts them down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Mesilla Valley 4, Eunice nothing. Cardinal baseball back here on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com and Facebook from KPZA.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to her student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
A clean inning. The Blazers go 1-2-3 in the top of the fifth. After 4.5, Mesilla Valley, the number 4 team in the state, leads the number 1 Eunice Cardinals 4-0. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Ron Gunter today. Great to have you with us. Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Of course, hi to the Eunice guys. I think Charlie the Thumb may be around here somewhere. He said he was coming in today. Where's Jimmy and Rosendo? Also had things were not able to come up this weekend. As Ding Dong I wish you could call that hit by pitch, as the ball from Marr hits the plate and then bounces up and hits Oziel right in the noggin, and they're discussing whether that should be a hit by pitch or not.
And it is.
They decide that it is.
He was hit by the pitch.
He was hit by the pitch, but after it hit the plate first, and nope, they're going to say take your base at first. So, that's kind of an interesting thing. I thought once it hit the ground, pretty much dead ball.
Well, it's still in the motion, and the catcher hadn't got it yet, so it's still legal. And so that makes more sense. But, yeah, he caught it right in the face.
He did catch it in the face. Hey, you'll take it. Anything you need to get a base runner. Goitia with good speed on first. Pickoff attempt. They had him leaning the wrong way and just safe. Mormon slapped the tag down on good. He got about a 2.5-step lead over there, Ron, against a lefty pitcher. That is just playing with fire. So back to the top of the lineup, Morales. First pitch to Isaac as he check swing foul balls that one for strike number 1. He's grounded out hard both times to Beasley at shortstop. You don't want to see a huge leadoff over at first. Goitia, pulling it back to about a step and a half now. And the 0-1 pitch, that one hits the dirt and goes behind Morales. So just a bit inside, and the wild pitch will let Goitia move down to second. So Eunice with a man in scoring position, and all of a sudden, Marr having a little bit of command problems.
And it just takes a couple of pitches, and before you know it, you've got 2 or 3 on the bases.
That's what you need if you're Eunice getting into the latter stages of this one. 1-1 pitch. That one going to bounce for ball number 2. I don't know if he's overthrowing or if he's changed his delivery slightly. I'm not quite sure.
It could be both, but, yeah, definitely maybe holding on to the ball a little longer than he needs to, trying to force that ball in and instead throwing it to the ground.
So a 2-ball, 1-strike count, a high leg kick, and he comes to the plate and took something off of that one, but misses inside for ball number 3.
But it was close.
It was. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Morales the leadoff hitter. We go back to the top of the lineup for the 3rd time through. Pickoff attempt. That one sails, and having to leap is Bradfoot. And Brad Fate gets it and brings it down.
And got lucky on that one. Otherwise, it could have been another throwing error. And, of course, Hazy would have been at third.
It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count to Morales. Going to second after being hit by the pitch, then moved over on a wild pitch. 3-1, and that one is on the inside corner for a called strike 2. I think maybe that was a give back from the pitch before.
It could have been either way. Thought it was a ball, but instead called strike.
So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Payoff pitch on the way, curveball. That one is right down the slot, strike 3. Morales watches not even a real hard fastball go chugging through. 5th K of the ball game for Marr. And now it'll give it to Julian DeLeon, who's taken over on the hill for Eunice and a chance to help his own cause with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th.
He's going to be able to show off his .592 batting average.
He needs to do it here if he can. And the first pitch, that one going to bounce. Gets away from Poppy, the wild pitch. Will move Goitia to third. And so Eunice now with the 2nd time in the ballgame with a man at third, as Marr all of a sudden just starting to really overthrow. Part of this may be his pitch count getting up a little bit. There may be some fatigue going on, kind of causing that overthrow and the slight change in mechanics.
Or just maybe just too much in his head.
And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That'll be a chopper. Fielding it on the bounce is Martez. He throws it across the diamond after he looks Goitia back. De Leon with okay speed, but not anything that you really got to worry about if you make the strong throw when they do. 5-3 for out number 2.
And now the Cardinals sitting at 2 outs with 1 on and hoping to get more runs in this inning as the innings dwindle down a little bit, and hoping to get back into this with this next bat.
So now Randy Gallegos to the plate. Reach both times. He is 1 for 2, and he'll take the first pitch he sees and shoot that one foul to the bullpen of the field next door. Strike 1. And Randy got good contact there, was just a little bit behind it. Fouls it off on the right side. Goitia, huge lead off a third. And the 0-1 pitch, change up, and just misses outside. Evens it up at 1-1. The rarely seen changeup there from Marr. I think that may be the third time we've seen him throw it.
Just a bit outside, though. Gallegos thought about swinging at it, but did not.
1-1 pitch swung on. He does swing at that one. It'll be a looper into shallow center or right field, but Warner runs up on it and makes the grab about probably 30 yards from where he was. He got a good jump on it, read it good off the bat. Credit where credit is due. So a hit by pitch on the leadoff. Then they get the man to third with nobody out, but can't move him around. We head to the 6th. Eunice getting shut out 4-0. Cardinals State Tournament baseball back in 1 minute.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
The Cardinals get the leadoff man on, but get him to third and then go 1-2-3 quietly into the night in the 5th inning. So we head to the top of the 6th. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup due up for Mesilla Valley with Ivaro, Bradfate, and then Warner trailing 4-0 in this one. Thanks for being with us. Welcome back to Albuquerque. So moving on, your line score through the first 5 innings of this one. For Mesilla Valley, they got 4 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 5 on the base pass. For Eunice, no runs on just 1 hit. They've committed 1 error. It was a very costly one, and they have left 6 out on the base pass. And so it'll be Ivaro to the plate. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. De Leon still on the hill for the Cards, and he'll throw the first one right by a swinging Ivaro for strike number 1.
And the junior misses that one pretty quickly.
Eunice playing with fire. They've had some comebacks this season, but not against the caliber of team of this Mesilla Valley team. That one going to miss low and away, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-1 strike count. Outfield, infield playing pretty well straight up, just the normal positions you would expect. And the 1-1 pitch got him with that looked like a power sinker almost from up here.
It almost looked like a bouncer.
Yeah, I mean, it started up through and then just died as it got to the plate, but was still moving. It's a swing and a miss for strike 2, and now the 1-2 pitch fastball just missing outside. Shaved, trying to get the black shaved, but not seeing it.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
2-2 pitch, and tries the fastball and overthrows that one into the dirt, or the turf, I should say. So it'll run the count full to Ivaro. Again, no work in the Eunice pen. You need to keep it right here if you can, if you're the Cards. Payoff pitch, swung on, fouled off over the dugout and onto the retaining wall behind the dugout. So Ivaro gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Looks like Mesilla Valley is warming up a player.
Yep, there is work going on in the pen. You are correct, Ron. Try and pick that up. Payoff pitch at the plate. Avaro swung on and missed. Strike 3. He goes down swinging, third K for De Leon, and that is the 10th K of the ball game for Eunice. And they still trail.
I believe that's Beasley over there.
So Beasley warming up. Yep, the righty. I bet. So that means that Mars' afternoon is probably done. As Brad Fate will step in. 2 walks.
Wow, a nice swing on that one.
Yeah, he was swinging for the fences with that one. He's walked twice, scored a run, had an RBI on one of those walks when he got walked with the bases loaded. First time facing De Leon, though. De Leon kicks and fires, and Brad Fate taking a huge hack at that one, steps out of it, and it is strike 2. Hey, if I'm De Leon, I'm just throwing that same pitch again. That's kind of a Mutt and Jeff situation out there. De Leon towering over Brad Fate. 0-2 pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. Got him with the high heat. So back-to-back Ks for De Leon, and quickly 2 down for Mesilla Valley with their number 9 hitter, Caden Warner, to the plate.
You can say this for certain. DJ has no fear. He swung at all 3 of them trying to get it. Just missed all 3.
So now Warner to the plate. Single to right his last time up. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. And just throwing the gas and throwing it right by a swinging Warner, strike 1.
Yeah. That's what you want to see, Eunice. Eunice wants to see this as far as getting batters in and out quickly.
Yes, they do. 0-1 pitch. De Leon deals the fastball, and that one high. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Winner of this one will play tomorrow morning, 9:30 at UNM. Against the winner of Santa Rosa and Hojo. 1-1 pitch, fastball high. Oh, right at the top of the zone. Delayed call. We'll take it, strike 2. Nobody on, 2 out. Eunice in a 4-run hole here. And trying to keep it right there here in the latter innings. 1-2 pitch, and that one kind of coming out of the hand funny. As De Leon tried to throw the off-speed pitch, and it almost looked like when he threw it, it kind of came out of his hand a little bit, and then he hit it with his palm. I mean, if you could do that on purpose and get a strike, I would think it would be effective. But
right. It would be very difficult, though, yeah, for certain.
2-2 pitch fastball, and just misses outside. Morales tried to frame it. Did not move a muscle, but the ump says, nope, I think it was away for ball 3. So the 3-ball, 2-strike count to the number 9 hitter in the Blazers lineup. De Leon comes with the high heat inside corner. Yes, sir. Ring him up, sit him down. De Leon will strike out the side. His 5th K of the ball game and 6 batters faced. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Eunice with some work to do. Can the bats come alive and we get another comeback? We'll find out when we return. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament baseball action is right here on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Thomas Welding. Precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as De Leon strikes out the side of Sunblazers in the top half of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the middle third of the lineup due up for the Cardinals. Needing to get something going. Serrano, Zamora, and Wilson, probably the guys you want coming to the dish to get that done.
As the Cardinals try to defend their 26-game winning streak, it's on the line.
And still on the hill is Marr. So Coach Sullivan deciding he's going to ride him until he thinks he can't ride him anymore. Serrano hit by a pitch his last time up. He walked his first time up. So he's been on both times, and he'll take the first pitch from Marr, low for ball one. We did see Beasley warming up in the last half inning. My guess is if Marr gives up anything, he is probably done. But Sullivan letting him see if he can stay out there and close it out. The 1-0 pitch swung on, popped up, and out of play right side. As again, a lot of carry. Didn't look like he got a whole lot of wood on that one, but it carries up and out of here. Straighten it out and see what happens.
Sophomore trying one more time, one and one, like you said.
1-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Got him with the curveball as Serrano was sitting fastball and then tried to adjust, and I hate to be honest, but kind of looked a little silly. Which, I mean, it happens. I wouldn't want to try and hit it. And the 1-2 pitch fastball outside corner, called strike three is Serrano. I think may have been sitting there thinking, yeah, he's going to throw me another off-speed pitch or another curveball, and instead the fastball outside corner gets him strike three. Zamora walked his last time up as he will step in. Marr deals the fastball, swung on. That's a hot shot into center field, and sliding is the center fielder Gomez on the run. Where's the Sports Center highlight when you need it?
I know.
And that one would have qualified. So
Definitely so.
Credit where credit is due. A dying quail in center that looked for sure like was going to drop, but Gomez showing world-class sprint speed out there. Grabs it for out number two.
Nice athletic ability.
Now Wilson takes the first pitch he sees and drives that one hard, but foul out of play right side. The Cardinals are swinging behind the lefty Marr. Just about everything they've hit has gone to that right side, Ron.
Exactly, and not sure exactly what's going on right now, but that's a swing and a miss.
Now on the curveball as Wilson goes over the top of it. Steps out, takes a deep breath. Cardinals needing base runners. Whoa, hang on. Foul ball coming in from next door.
That's first in a while.
It has been. So maybe that'll break the rhythm up for Marr, because all of a sudden he came out and just started pumping in rhythm again. Was a little off last half inning. The 0-2 pitch, that one will be up, ball one. I think Marr has been very much kind of a rhythm pitcher, and when he's been in rhythm, Eunice has had trouble with him.
I've noticed that.
In the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Got him to chase a curveball. Gets away from Poppy, the catcher, but he'll fire it down to first for Mormon. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Marr, and we head to the 7th. Eunice on life support, trailing 4-0. We'll be back in 1 minute as Cardinals State Tournament baseball action continues in a moment.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71, and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Cards go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th. So we head to the 7th. Eunice going to need to do everything they can to keep this right where it is at, and they're going to have to go through the top of the Mesilla Valley lineup to do so. Weston Marr, Zach Beasley, and then Benjamin Mormon. Welcome back to West Albuquerque at the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex and the 2026 New Cinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. De Leon still on the hill for the Cards. He came on in relief in the 5th and has seen 6 batters, and he has sat all 6 of them down, 5 of them via the strikeout.
So the bad news for the Cardinal fans is Cards have been held hitless in the last 2 innings. So they need to get their bats going back again, especially at the bottom of the 7th, because it is, like you said, do or die time for them. But right now, they're on defense.
Yeah, quickly they need to get 1, 2, 3 if they can. So this will be Marr's first attempt against De Leon. Julian kicks and fires, and that's a hard shot on the ground. Handling it, hoovering it up deep in the hole at second is Gallegos. Randy fires over to Armendariz at first. Plenty of time. Good job coming towards the bag at first for Gallegos. Got it deep and then took the deep breath, set the feet, and made a strong throw to first. So Marr gets good wood on it, but Gallegos makes a good play for out number 1.
He made a great play. He was sliding along the way as he was able to catch it, collect it, and then be able to get it over first in time.
First pitch to Beasley is going to miss low for ball number 1. Beasley, the shortstop, walked him, was left stranded his last time up. He's 0 for 2. He's had 2 deep fly outs to right in the game as well. So he steps in to face De Leon the first time they've met, and the pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to deep right field as Goitia on the run goes towards the line, sprints in, and makes the grab about 2/3 of the way back. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here in this top of the 7th inning. Due up for Eunice. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup. Armendariz, Baeza, and Goitia due up in their half of the 7th, unless Coach Almager decides to maybe pull a pinch hitter out if he gets that feeling.
Ozzie was able to get underneath it in time. Had to move around a little bit, but finally found it.
Fastball missing outside to Mormon for ball number 1. Mormon 0 for 3, flew out in the first, hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the third, then struck out in the 4th. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. As things even up at a ball and a strike.
Well ahead of that pitch right there.
So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. De Leon has come in and settled things down defensively. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is hit high in the air to shallow center field. Baeza going over into the gap about halfway back and will make the grab for out number 3. So it's a quick 1-2-3 for Mesilla Valley Christian here in the top of the 7th, bottom of the 7th, do or die time. The Cardinals need 4 to see extra innings, 5 to extend their season. Can they do it? We'll all find out together in 1 minute here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
1-2-3, down go the Sunblazers in the top half of the 7th, but the Eunice Cardinals, if they want to see their season extended, are going to have to do something that they have not done all game long, and that is get multiple hits and move them around. It'll be Armendariz, Baeza, and Goitia. Welcome back to the Spark Kindness Sports Complex to a semifinal matchup. It is win or go home time. And it'll be Armendariz 0 for 2 to lead it off, 7, 8, and 9 for the Cards.
Sophomore getting up at bat. Once again, like you mentioned, Carlos is going to try to see what they can do to get the bat started.
Marr still on the hill for Mesilla Valley, and he'll miss high with ball number 1. So the lefty has gone 6+ now, allowed just 1 hit. Pitch, that one will be on the inside corner, evens it up at 1-1, pitching normally at a premium. And so a 1 ball, 1 strike count is so far. The pitching has not been bad either way today. Mesilla Valley's just gotten the breaks when they needed them, and they took advantage of Eunice's 1 error as that one will slide inside, ball 2.
Absolutely, that's what you got to do, and that's what most teams that I've seen win this year have done, taking advantage of those errors.
And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot on the ground. Hoovered up deep in the hole at short by Beasley. Sidearm sling across the diamond to Mormon, and Eunice is down to their final 2 outs of the season, 6-3. For out number 1 is Aiden Baeza now to the plate. AB 0 for 2, grounded out back to Mar his last time up.
The bat's just not working for Eunice as they've not been able to answer for Mar, especially since they've been hitting either shallow or deep.
And we're quiet.
Not deep enough.
Quiet yesterday, too. They only had 8 hits yesterday. Scored 16 runs, but only 8 hits. And the first pitch is right down the slot to Baeza, and that'll be strike 1.
Another great pitch he probably won't see again, or maybe he will next time. Who knows?
Just hopes he gets the next time. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup. He was out in front of that one. He could have swung 3 times before Mar's pitch got there. And so now it is strike number 2, a no ball, 2 strike count. Goitia does wait on deck. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. He chased one. That one gets away momentarily from Poppy. He'll pick it up and fire it over to Mormon. Got him to go on the off-speed pitch again that bounced in front of the plate. And so that'll be the 7th, make that 8th strikeout of the ball game for Mar. And now Eunice has got to get 4 runs on the board with just 2 outs, or with 2 outs if they want to extend their season.
Tried to get on the third drop strike, but instead was thrown out at first. So, yeah, one more opportunity.
First pitch to Goitia, fastball outside for ball number 1. Pretty close. The ump has been extremely consistent with that call for both squads. So hats off to him. Mar, the 1-0, and that one is going to miss outside. Ball 2, Mar trying to go the complete way. Right now he's got a 1-hit shutout going. And he's only walked 1 and hit 1. 2-0 pitch, that one is right low. I thought it was right down the slot, but low.
No, it was off to just a little bit off center.
So a 3-ball, no strike count. Eunice needs base runners. Mar ready. Deals that one in the dirt. Ball 4. So the second walk that Mar has issued will turn it over back to the top of the Eunice Cardinal lineup as they have to keep the line moving as Isaac Morales will step in 0 for 3 to try and continue this one as here comes Coach Sullivan, and that may do it for Mar.
Well, we may see because he's just going to go out there. Looks like he's not taking the ball anytime soon. So he's just going to make sure his pitcher is okay before he continues on and make sure that they can get this victory with 1 out away.
So the Eunice Cardinals trying to find some 2-out magic here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by 4. And you're right, he will leave Mar on the hill. So going to let him continue to try and go the whole way as the umpire indicates that was the second mound visit, and he's not allowed another one without pulling him. So Morales to the plate. Eunice hanging on by a thread to a semis. The first pitch, that one will be low for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Cardinals season on the line. Top of the lineup with 2 outs is there. Goitia over at first. Not much of a lead against the lefty Mar. Mar kicks and fires, and that one is on the inside corner. Good fastball. Things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. And a pickoff attempt as Goitia dives back in. Ozzie gets back in. No tag applied by Mormon over there.
Wasn't even close. He was very close to the bag, so he didn't have to do much.
No, he did not. Just kind of flopped down on it. 1-1 pitch, and that one sweeps through the zone. Late breaking movement, and so the Cardinals are now down to their final strike.
Cardinal fans on the edge of their seat as they're seeing their season about to end on a bad note.
So a 1-ball, 2 strike count as Mar breaks contact as Morales asks for time. So a 1-2 count. Runner goes, swung on and missed, strike 3. Gets away from Poppy. He'll fire it down to first, and that will do it as the Mesilla Valley Sunblazers have upset the number 1 team in the state, Eunice Cardinals, by a final score today of 4 2-0 for Eunice in that 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded on the base paths. Your final line score in this one for Mesilla Valley victorious. They get 4 runs on 5 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 5 runners out on the base paths for the Eunice Cardinals. Their final line, no runs on just 1 hit. They also commit an error, and they leave 7 out on the bases. So a disappointing end once again for the Eunice Cardinals as they come up short for the 2nd consecutive season here, Ron. But you still can't take too much away from them. A 26-game winning streak, a 26-2 final record. That is nothing to be ashamed of.
No, they dominated their district. They were pretty much untouchable at certain times, and they did have some moments where they did get behind, but they came together as a team. They were able to get back into it and win those games. 26 is hard to do. 27, not as easy as it seems after you get 26. And Eunice, unfortunately, on the wrong end, especially with those errors. If that 4th inning hadn't happened, it could have been a completely different ball game.
Yep, it certainly would have been. A 2-run error turns into the difference in the ball game. But a lot of things to look back on and be proud of for the seniors in this class, and there are a lot of kids coming back. But the seniors: Elijah Melanson, Luis Zamora, Tyson Jones, and that's the only seniors on this squad. So 3 seniors for Coach Tyler Almager's team. So he'll be losing them, and even though it comes up not where they want it today, they still have a lot to be proud of as they, got to the Final Four. I believe all 4 years they were in high school. They got to the finals once when they were not expected to. So a lot to be proud of and a lot for Coach Tyler Almager to build on as he continues to move forward. So final thoughts as we now wrap up the 2025-2026 sports season, Ron.
Look, the one thing you said was this. There's only a couple of seniors on here, so that means this team can still continue to grow and move. They've worked together as a team for the last couple of years, and they'll do again for the next couple of years. So we're seeing the Cardinals. They've been in this position. Looks like they'll be in the position for at least the next 3-4 years. And if they keep growing the way they have been, we're going to be seeing the Cardinals in the playoffs for years to come. And so, yeah, they lost this game. It's heartbreaking, but on the other end, there are so many other teams that would like to be here. And Eunice, I believe they should still celebrate their victories, and they did very well this season. And hopefully their lives will be good from here on out.
Well, hopefully so. Nothing at all to hang your head about as we will put a wrap on this 2025-2026 high school sports season for Lee County, Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, Tatum, and Jowl. We thank you for watching and listening all season long, and we like to thank all of our sponsors for all of our schools that have helped us out on that one. So a lot of folks we got to thank. Of course, Aaron Forrester, our GM, and his entire sales staff and our entire business staff. We thank them for what they do. And we will wrap this one up. We say a big thank you to the Tatum crew. Of course, also the Eunice crew, Jimmy and Charlie and Rosendo, who unable to be here today. Of course, Ty Friend and Sav Anthony with Hobbs Sports this year. You handling Jowl most of the year, Ron. Of course, Don Morgan, myself, handling Lovington for most of the year. As we wrap up the season, we thank you for spending your time. You'll be able to relive all the moments on your team's YouTube channels and on HobbsAmerica.com. So thank you for watching and listening. Today's game and Eunice Cardinal State Tournament Baseball has been brought to you by the City of Eunice, Eunice Schools, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Gas Company, the Eunice Health Clinic, DNC Electric, Parker Energy, Eunice Wrecker, Thomas Welding, IPS Incorporated, Badger, Lavelle Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, Guns Up Services, R360, NMR Pipeline, and Lasco Construction. Thank you for watching and listening all season long. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square KPZA Sports. Good afternoon, everyone.
Let's go Redbirds.